Now, had I been able to leave, then I wouldn't, it wouldn't have been no problem because everybody was trying to go home. Yeah. It was like, if you can make it home, go home. Whatever. If you can't, then we'll figure it out. So once I realized I was stuck, I said, all right, Trey, I'm stuck. We stuck. A lot of us on here stuck now. What are you going to do? So I was just like, then I was just trying to psych myself out mentally. That's when I did the little video, like, hey, this is Trey reporting live from whatever. And I was telling the truth. We stuck. We going to ride this thing out. Boom, boom, boom. And, I did the show. And, you could tell people was still, just mentally going through it. Like, oh, how the fuck we going to get out of here? What's going to happen? And so we just like, if we got to just ride it out, we got to ride it out. Saturday, Sunday come along, whatever. I think the hurricane happened Monday night, Tuesday. So Sunday.
It was Saturday. Hurricane didn't hit till Tuesday.
So flights could have left Sunday and Monday. Then a lot of people would have been able to leave. So I like, all right. So once I got my mental saying, all right, and then call my moms. Like, hey, because everybody started getting wind. Because now in the United States, everybody is talking about this big ass hurricane that's about to hit Jamaica. Right. So now my mom is worried. My dad is worried. Everybody is like, who knew I was out here, worried like crazy. Like, yo, are you still there? Get the fuck out of there. People are like, they knew it. Yeah. Like, they knew he did. They're like, you heard it? Yeah. You heard this? What are you talking about? Yeah. They're like, yo, get the fuck out of there. And I'm like, yo, I can't. What are you still doing there? I'm like, yo, I tried to, people ain't making me feel any better. I'm like, yo, I tried to leave.
They can make like I'm nervous.
So the night of the hurricane, or the day of before the hurricane happened, or that Monday, I'm in the lobby, and the DJ that goes to Jamaica whenever I go, he'll DJ the parties and the day parties and things that we have. He was there, and his wife had just passed away from cancer. So the host who brings us out there was like, yo, she was like, I just wanted all of us, the family.
Host that brings you out there.
Yeah, the lady who the host. That's what I heard. Golden Days Travel. She's the CEO of Golden Days Travel, and she's the one that flies me out and puts me up, and she has
the
like a group of people, entertainers like me, CeCe Peniston. Oh wow, travel a lot, and like the DJ from Chicago, DJ High Speed. His wife passed away like 6 months ago from cancer. This trip was more so like, I'm doing this for the day ones who've been rocking with me and blah, blah. So I was like, yo, Speed. I was like, yo, this the morale and the temperature, the people in the whole resort. I said, everybody just down and everybody looking scared. I said, man, just bring your equipment out here. I said, and let's set up a speaker and a mic, and we just going to just play some music in the lobby, and we going to host a little impromptu karaoke. Okay. And so when I put on my Instagram, that's what I was doing. He just set something up in the lobby, a speaker, and I talked to the manager of the hotel. I was like, yo, we going to do this. And he was like, so,
Ain't nobody go anywhere.
Yeah. And we started doing karaoke, and I'm white people.
Do it until electricity goes out.
Everybody just started coming around and just started participating, you know what I mean, to get their spirits up. Because everybody could tell everybody was scared and down. So everybody just had a good time for a few minutes. And I'm doing this and I'm scared. But I'm just like, yo, we going to
The hurricane's going on at this point?
The hurricane hasn't even come yet. Okay. The anticipation of it coming was more scarier than the actual, while it was happening because the night of the hurricane, I'm in my room. That's when I had my mental breakdown. The night before the hurricane hit. Monday night, I'm in my room. The hurricane is coming after midnight Tuesday morning. It started raining that Monday night. I'm in my room, and I'm just on the social media, and I'm reading every meme, every news article, everything on social media about this hurricane. And it's just not looking good. And I came across one article or meme that was like, this hurricane, Jamaica has never seen anything like this in over 30-something years, a Category 5. Nothing like this has ever hit Jamaica since then. This is going to be an apocalyptic destruction of the island. Nigga, I read that.
I want to get off social media.
Nigga, I saw that. and I lost it.
Listen, you have to remember, these news outlets have to compete now for the news because there's so many, because of the rise of the internet and social media, there's so many social media news outlets that people follow now independently. They don't watch, back in the day, it used to just be CNN and NBC and Fox. But now, those are the only things we had. We would go to that, and you had to be at home because you didn't have cell phones. So you had to be at home to catch the news, or somewhere, at the airport, somewhere where you can, look at the, you can look at the news. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a barbershop or a bar, you didn't have these. You didn't have these things here. You didn't have social media. But now with the rise of social media, you have all these independent news outlets now, and so the old school news places that have a little bit of pull, everybody has to get your attention because there's so much out there with social media news. The old school news, NBC, have to compete with social media because a lot of times I don't even watch the news. I get my news from social media. Ones that I know like TMZ, that's social media. That's TMZ don't really. People, the show still come on, but TMZ started as a website. Other news blogs like what's the other one? Like the Daily Mail and shit like that. That's all social media. So, then you have other independent news outlets that you watch. So it's just so much competition now. They have to stand out. So they're going to hit you with, okay, so they said this, and then their news title, this is going to be the biggest storm that Jamaica ever seen. So now we got to top that with our headline. This is going to be the biggest catastrophic storm that Jamaica's ever seen. So if you see both of those thumbnails, which one you gonna click on? The one with the catastrophic. Oh shit! What they know that this motherfucker don't know. So I'm gonna watch them. So they'll over embellish shit to stand out more because there's more competition. And so he got shook. You know what I'm saying? Off just because obviously he's alive. He's talking about the storm after the fact. But
I was like, yo, I looked at it, yo, you see this? I was like, and mind you, we surrounded by water. Yeah. We're surrounded by water. Yeah. So not only am I in a third world country and a Category 5 hurricane is coming, I am on a resort surrounded by water. Mm-hmm. So we end up moving. Avi was like, yo, I don't want to be in this room because the resort has the resort is made up of 3 different resorts, but it's all in one. So on the left side of the resort is Grand Lido. In the middle of the resort is called the Royalton Hideaway. Mm-hmm. And on the right side is just called the Hideaway. So it's 3 resorts. So it's a big ass resort. Mm-hmm. So we were at Grand Lido at the end, and at the end, everything was surrounded by water. Right. So Ivy was like, yo, we need to change our room to get in the middle of the resort to where we're not just surrounded. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So it took a long time for them to do that because, mind you, in Jamaica, everything is slow. Mm-hmm. Anything will throw them off. If initially your name spelled wrong and they look at the reservation, it takes them an hour to figure it out.
I used to feel a bit about that. If you ever go to Jamaica, man, don't be in a rush for anything. Yeah, right. You get the taxi at the airport, like, y'all, I'm going to be late for my flight. Soon come, man.
And that's when anything, yeah. I'm like, yo, it's just the wrong initial. Like, I don't have my middle name on this, but my middle name's on my light. It throws them off. Yeah. So we got the room in the middle of the resort. We like, bet. We're on the 2nd floor. We like, bet. Now, they done briefed us that day that the hurricane was coming. So everybody's in the dining facility. Everybody that's staying on the resort. The guy's briefing us. If you're on the lower level, everybody has to shelter here in the dining hall. We will have beds and mattresses and things for you guys to sleep on. If you're on the 2nd or 3rd floor, you can choose to stay in your room. I said, we're going to stay in our room because we're elevated. I don't want to be low. I don't know what's going to happen. So I read that apocalyptic destruction. I break down mentally. Ivy's like, get it together. Mm-hmm. She's like, I said, but yo, like, I didn't know when the hurricane came if it was going to flip the island upside down and we all in the Atlantic Ocean. Wow. So I don't know. And that's the thing. It's funny, but like, nigga, when you think you might die, and I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to go out like this. So then we go in survival mode. So Ivy's like, her flight attendant mode, listen, you can't swim. If anything happens, when we're in a position to where you got to hold on to me, but I'm going to teach you how to make a life jacket, a life vest using your pants. Yeah. These are the conversations we had. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Man,
I didn't know that.
So we talking survival mode. You know what I mean?
Denim.
Yeah. And look, and one of my jeans, I said, well, I can't use these jeans. I got a hole in it.
They wet. The air will stay in.
Right.
So
physics.
So she shows me that video. So we coming up with a game plan, like, okay, whatever. She's like, because you can't swim. And then my whole time I'm like, well, even if I was Michael Phelps, how the fuck that's going to help me in a Category 5 hurricane?
Who can swim out of a...
And so she's tracking a hurricane on her phone. So I said, yo, I saw that shit about the apocalyptic. I'm like, yo, we about to die. It's a wrap. I put the phone down, so I'm not looking at social media no more.
That's bad.
Now... we trying to sleep. We can't sleep. She got her...
I shouldn't laugh. I'm the dude. That's fucked up. I laughed and shit. That's fucked. I didn't mean that, y'all. The brother was scared. I shouldn't laugh like that. But the way he said, he's obviously alive, but God bless that brother. He didn't die. He lived to tell the story. But yeah, I didn't mean to laugh, y'all. Hit the thumbs up button.
Phone. She's tracking the hurricane on the weather.com channel.
This is Live from the Green Room with Tony Rock. It's called Live from the Green Room. This is the YouTube channel that I'm watching. I'm critiquing Live from the Green Room. So I'm gonna give them a shout out. So y'all can go follow. I follow them, so y'all should go follow them too. You know, Tony Rock and his bunch of comedians and stuff, podcasts, chatting it up. Let's want to get back into it.
Or on a whatever tracker. So you just see the hurricane thing. You see it going closer, closer to the island, and so. We get very choppy sleep. The sleep is very spotty. Like sleep for like 30 minutes, wake up. Like, oh, is it morning yet? You know, it's raining, but the hurricane ain't come. So she can't sleep. So now she's panicking. So I'm like, all right. So we tracking it, and it was like, oh shit, it's about to come. So, boom, hits. Now I don't know when it hit because
when it hits, room shaking,
it touched the island. Now I don't know what to expect.
Okay.
So then when it hits. Then you could just hear the wind picking up. So the wind was like 175 miles per hour. The rain starts coming down. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. And like, if it's just like this, like, we okay. You know, and then our patio's kind of shaking. And I'm like, I think we okay. But then we hear thing, bling, 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 out in the hallway. I'm like, yo, what is that? And, you know, so she's just tracking it. And luckily, Negril is on the west side of the island. So everybody thought Kingston was going to get hit hard. But it moved over. It kept moving more west, more towards us, more west, more west. And every time it would move more, we was just like, oh, shit. Like, it's...
y'all didn't...
Yeah, I was like, we about to be in the path. But thank God, even when it would turn, it was like, go back that way. And we didn't get the direct. It went through Montego Bay. Which is about 2 hours driving from the grill. So we caught all the winds and rain and everything. But I'm like, all right.
Montego Bay got it worse.
Wow.
So you guys switching the rooms, did that really help or make a difference?
It helped and it didn't help. It helped us because by the grace of God, through all the prayers, just by being in our room, we was like, okay. And the hurricane went for like 8-9 hours.
Damn.
So we're in the room.
That's a shift.
Yeah, we're in the room. Yeah. And that's what I told her. That's so funny. I said, yo, just look at it like a work shift. I said, if we can get through this work shift, we okay. And we got peanut butter, and we ordered bread, peanut butter and jelly and things like that. She was ordering all that. We had stocked up on a lot of water. We had our Jamaican rum. We had wine. We just like, yo. So I'm trying to just keep my mind off of everything while the storm happening. So I'm watching the Allen Ivan documentary on Prime Video. She's like, yo, turn it off. I can't hear the storm. I need to hear. So I'm like, damn, I'm trying to keep my mind off of it. Right. So I go look outside a little bit, and I'm just like, damn. So we had Wi-Fi the whole time.
So it never went out?
That the storm.
Shit, what?
But man, listen, we had Wi-Fi the whole time that the storm was happening. So after the storm, after it kind of let up, I was like, okay, because we saw when it left. Okay, it left. Even when it left, you could still get winds and rain and stuff, but it just wasn't on the island. So we was like, okay. So then we start hearing people outside because they dropped off some sandwiches to us during the hurricane, right?
But let me stop real quick. Let me ask you. So while it was going through for the 8-9 hours, what you heard and what you saw, what was that?
I just heard winds whistling. You could hear things being knocked over.
But it was at night, you said?
No, it was in the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah, okay. The rain started that night, but it hit in that morning, like 9 o'clock Tuesday morning.
So as far as your eyes could see, could you see things like
when I looked out the patio, you see the trees just going. Okay. You can hear the water just, you know what I mean? And I was like, all right, it's happening. And then we was hearing noises and things. And after those 9 hours, we walked out of I'm thinking everything was good because we went. 2 of our homegirls went too. Mm-hmm. And they was sending us things like videos, and one of my homegirls, Patrice from Vegas.
Okay. She was there?
Her window, her patio window broke. Like a big ass thing hit her window, broke her window, her patio door, whatever. Mm-hmm. So she sent us that. He was like, damn. We was like, yo, anything happened for flooding, we gonna go to your room because she was on 1 floor higher than us.
Oh, okay. She's on 3rd.
So we go out after the hurricane, you know, still raining, but we go out. And when we walk out, bruh, I was like, holy shit. Big ass windows gone. Like a big ass hotel window done. Doors knocked down. All the glass from doors and everything shattered. It was like an apocalypse destruction within the resort.
Pictures?
I got pictures and videos I show you. And we was like, wow. Roofs caved in, all kind of shit. I was like, I would not have thought this resort got messed up like it did just based off of us.
What's your room?
Yeah, based off of my room. And then we went down to the diner hall and we saw all the families and all the people down there in the diner hall, you know, and it was just like, wow. And then the Wi-Fi cut off.
Wow.
2 hours after the hurricane, Wi-Fi cut off. Wow. So now I was supposed to leave. I was supposed to have left Monday. So now Tuesday come, everybody kind of go down. Mm-hmm. They briefing us again. They have a briefing now, and everybody's stuck. So now the hotel is like, okay, whoever had reservations that was supposed to leave this day, you have to come to the front desk. Mm-hmm. They don't have no power, no electricity, whatever. They, down there, even though we still had it in our room, they started running off of generators. Mm-hmm. So they like, okay, you're supposed to leave Monday. So now we'll do 2 days at a time. So I had to pay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Because you were supposed to.
I had to pay for. I was supposed to leave Monday, so I had to pay for Monday night, Tuesday night.
Extra days.
Like $500 and something.
Wow. Fucking windows going. I gotta pay. They gotta pay to live in the projects.
And we don't have no amenities,
no food,
nothing. And I did, and I'm like, yo, I'm not tripping that we don't have the amenities right now. I get that, but I'm like, yo, you can't. What you want us to pay? You know what I mean?
So kick us out if we don't pay.
And I'm like, yo, I'm not tripping that we don't have the amenities right now. I get that, but I'm like, yo, you can't. What you want us to pay? You know what I mean?
So you kick us out if we don't pay.
And then the Wi-Fi went out, so we had to go 36 hours. We went 36 hours without Wi-Fi. That's what started making people go crazy. Now we're down in the diner hall. They started serving hot meals, and somebody told us, hey, there's Wi-Fi at the resort next door. Couples, a resort called Couples, which is about a 15-minute walk. This was at night. I was like, yo, babe, let's go. We're going to go get because we've been without Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. We can't facilitate nothing. Mm-hmm. No airlines, nothing. Right. We can't talk to nobody. Mm-hmm. And the guy who told us was like, it's dangerous to go now because you got to walk through the water, whatever. I was like, fuck that. We went, got out, me, her, trees, and the other homegirl. We walked through that beach, through them trees, whatever. And got behind the resort, on the beach behind the resort, and our Wi-Fi popped up, and there was a security lady there. She's like, "What are you guys doing here?" We was like, "We just need Wi-Fi." No water. And all these messages started coming up, and we was like, "Okay, we got to be here for a minute." Mm-hmm. So we was like, "Yo, let's just see if we can get into that lobby to see if we can get a room there." So the security lady let us in the lobby, and the manager came out, the Jamaican lady. He was like, where are you guys from, whatever? He was like, we were staying over there at Grand Lido. She said, they let y'all out? I was like, we snuck out. And she was like, you guys want something to drink? You guys want food? We was like, yes. And we looked around. It looked like nothing happened on that resort.
Oh, wow.
And all these messages start coming in. And I just got one message from a girl that was like, I don't know how she found me, but she just said, hey, I saw a post of yours. My brother's from England. We're from England. My brother is out there. We haven't talked to him in over 36 hours or 48 hours. We are so worried.
Oh, wow.
Is there anything you could do? And I said, well, I'm just letting you know there's no Wi-Fi. That's why you haven't heard from him. I said, but send me a picture. And she sent me a photo of him. She described him to send me the photo. And so I'm getting these messages while we get the Wi-Fi at this resort. Right. But we only got a small amount of time to be there. But we asked her, do you have rooms?
Small amount of time because they kicking y'all out or what?
Yeah, because they like, you guys can't be here that long. But we said, hey, do you got rooms? They said, they said, we do have rooms. I said, we staying here. But we didn't stay there that night because it was already 10, 11 o'clock. Okay. She was like, I don't want to charge you $300 just for tonight when the night is over. So, but she was so nice and she gave us a ride back to the the projects.
Right.
And I get back there and everybody's just around looking like zombies, just like, oh my God, looking at all the destruction. And I'm walking around, I find her brother.
Stay in the same place you were?
Yep.
Wow.
And I said, yo, Ivy said, is your sister named Danny? He was like, yeah. I was like, I showed her the message and then I took a picture with him. And then the next day when I was able to get back to the couples resort where we were staying, I sent it to her. She was like, oh my God. She was just, it tears me up.
Yeah.
That's
real, bro. That's real.
His sister passed away. I mean, I heard.
Because if it was my sister,
right.
That's what I started thinking about. Like, damn, she would have wanted to find me.
Right.
My fault.
No, it's all good.
No, it's all good, man. Because
like, damn, so that for me,
that's amazing. It's amazing, and just regardless, is amazing. But how long was it from when you got the message to when you found the brother?
18, 19 hours because she sent it to me when I wasn't getting the Wi-Fi. And
I mean from when you saw the message to when you found the brother.
This is how good God worked. Literally 30 minutes.
See, that's what I'm saying. Wow. That's fucking amazing, bro.
30 minutes.
That's amazing.
30 is like I just walked into him.
That's amazing.
And I was like, and me and Ivy looked at each other and said, yo, I think that's old girl's brother. And their mom reached out to me. The sister they just kept messaging me like, you brought so much relief to my family. And I was just like, yo, that was Kim.
Right.
She would have flew, she would have swam. You know what I mean? So that like touched me right there.
That's real.
And I did that for another family. They was looking for their people. And God was just working.
Right.
When we checked out of the hotel to go to couples, when we checked out of the projects, they didn't want us to leave. It was like, we was like, yo, they was like, what are you guys doing? Whatever. And that's when it was a moment I got afraid. I was like, yo, why they don't want us to leave? And then my mind started going, like, just thinking all type of crazy shit. I was like, yo, they cut the Wi-Fi off. We can't communicate with nobody. I was like, are they trying to trap us here? Like, I was like, yo, I'm scared to eat the food. I don't know if they trying to poison us. And like, just, my mind was going. I was like, yo, I felt like I was about to be in a horror film. Like they was setting us up for some type of
anxiety was on
And as we were trying to check out, I run into this other couple, this dude. I was like, hey man, we about to go to couples because they got the Wi-Fi. It looked like nothing ever happened over there. And Ivy was talking to his wife. And so then when I get over there, I got a message and somebody was like, hey, I'm looking for my sister and her husband, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, send me a picture. And she sent me a picture. It was those people that we had just talked to. I can't even make this up when I left. And I was like, yo, they are good. Right. I just spoke to them literally 20 minutes ago. Don't worry, they okay. And then I said, oh my God, thank you so much.
The Wi-Fi recon.
Yeah, man. And so then from that point, when we got the couples, we felt so much better. But then that's when the catastrophe with all the flights canceling. Every flight we canceled, we booked we had 8 flights booked because we didn't know what was going to stick, what wasn't going to stick. Everything kept canceling every single day. And we was like, fuck. So we was just like, hey, man, like, we got to... So people was like, yo, try Kingston. So we booked a flight to leave out of Kingston. But then the embassy sent us emails because we registered with the embassy while we was over there. They was like, it's not safe to go to Kingston, all this shit. So they tried to scare us to going into... I said, fuck that, I'm from Jersey. We going to Kingston. And so we had our ticket for Kingston booked for 3 days, and we never canceled that ticket. But we kept trying to fly out of Montego Bay, but Montego Bay got fucked up so bad. I mean, the airport got messed up so bad, there was no way to get out of that airport. And Kingston Airport didn't get hit that bad. So they was actually the first airport that started taking out flights. So we just had to stay there and pay that $300 every day. until, you know what I mean? But we didn't mind. I didn't mind. Because like, we got Wi-Fi, we got food, everything. It's like nothing ever happened on this resort. Right. And you know people was stuck when old white people was like, I've been here for 10 extra days. Because you know they got the means and shit. Like, you know, like if old white people got stuck, you know people was stuck.
White people in dire straits, niggas is stuck.
And so we was trying to get private jets, bro. We was trying to get out of there. Ivy was calling her people from her private jet company, like, and her friends that she knew who boyfriends was pilots was like, yo, they said they can come get y'all. It's just gonna, but they just gotta see. There's nowhere for them to fly into, and we was just like we was just trying to whatever, man. And I woke up one day and I just go online and I see John Cia just started a GoFundMe. I looked, I said, what is this? It was a GoFundMe. Whoa. It was like, yo, we got to get Trey home. Like he just stuck. We can't get him, but we just got to figure out, we just need to help him in whatever capacity. And I was like, wow. And I seen like people was just donating just money because
Who did this?
John Cia.
Comedian.
Yeah. And she was just like, yo, he's out there paying for mad unexpected expenses and things that he didn't expect.
How does he know that?
She was messaging me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a girl.
And she was just like, we got to help our brother out. And people was just donating. And then Tiffany had just called me randomly. I'm like,
called
me. I'm like, hello.
Tiffany got the good Wi-Fi.
I'm at the bar, you know, because I'm at the good resort now. So I'm at the bar. I'm like, yo, hello. Okay. I'm like, who is this? She's like, nigga, do you need help? I'm like, who is this? She said, you don't got time to be asking who this is and you in a crisis. This is Tiffany Haddish. I said, oh, shit.
She Ready Airlines.
Yeah, right. I was like, yo. I was like, yo, Tiff, I don't know what I need. I just need to get the fuck up out of here. and you know, she was like, I see, you know, this, and I had to call you to make sure you're okay. And I was telling her what was going on. She's like, brother, I love you. I'm going to, you know, send you whatever. Like, but mad people just started sending shit to this GoFundMe. Right. And I was getting all these messages like, yo, man, be scared, get home safe, like all this. And I was like, wow. It made me realize that a lot of people can't see that kind of love when they're alive. It's a blessing, man. And finally, we was able to leave. Man, we had to drive 4 hours to Kingston to the Cayman Islands. Had to stay there overnight, pay for a room there because they ain't gonna let you in the island unless you got a hotel accommodations. Oh wow! So we had to stay the Caymans, but from Cayman to Miami, Miami to Dulles to LA. I got back at midnight.
Wow.
Wow, that was a crazy story. He made it through it though. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? He made it through the storm. Shit, I can imagine, man. I mean, we would, you know, I grew up in Florida, so we would get a lot of hurricanes. But unfortunately, I grew up in Orlando. So Orlando, we're further inland in Florida. But my brother lived in Fort Lauderdale. I remember his house got hit real bad during a hurricane in the 90s. But yeah, God bless that brother. He was able to get through that, man. This is live from the green room. Let me know what y'all think. Did anybody else have anybody caught up in that storm? That's good that them people was able to connect with their family, man. That's nothing but God, man. That right there is nothing but God. To be able to see them people and he was able to communicate, let people know, hey, your family member's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. Anyway, what y'all think about this video, man? Leave comments, subscribe to the channel.